Hello, lovelies. Long time no see. I've been having amazing adventures and going through huge gateways in my life. Thank you for all the positive vibes that you've been sending for me too, and meeting magical people along the journey as well. So it's been an amazing time, and I've just felt really supported. And I haven't had the time to do the videos because I have been experientially engaging in my own life. And I offer you, this is the challenge. We've been educated and conditioned to believe that we do things in a certain way. And if we stay stuck in those mindsets, then we continue creating and manifesting the same results. And so it's time to really look at what you want to create now, because the universe is powerfully aligning with us to help create the life that we came here to create, to be a conscious dreamer at this time, and to start birthing the new earth through our own personal portal, through changing our patterns. So we're in the last 20 days. Here we go. Going from portal to portal of Akashic record. And we're counting down to the next cycle now. So it's very important in these last few days that you take an assessment. If you want to join me for the next 260 days with lots of information about your conscious awareness and patterns, and how to activate what isn't yet in your conscious awareness, and what tools to use to manifest this, then please do get in touch now, because if I don't have your details, then I have to create a lot of code for you in order to look at your bigger picture pattern. So I will need time to do that. And today we are on White Electric Dog in the Yellow Star Wavespell. So we're in the alchemy day of looking at how we're changing our ancestral wounding story, all our scripts and beliefs around how we feel loved. This is the most important thing. This is the emotional evolution. This is the root. And this week, astrologically, is huge for that, but more of that in a moment. So yellow star is the yellow in the green, meaning we've gone from here on the 1st of September, we've gone into the red, awakening, white, reforming, blue, transforming, yellow, manifesting, and now we're in the green castle of the heart, and the heart is the manifester. The heart is the magnetic, and it's what leads us every day with creating our reality. So wherever we've had a broken heart experience, wherever we've had emotional trauma, again, this is going to be big this week with the astrology. It's important to let those feelings flow and really start to heal and change our beliefs about how we feel about ourselves. So today is a very big day for that. White Dog is twinned with Red Moon, which was yesterday, which is my partner's Mayan day. And so we're looking at Mercury, which is about to go retrograde this week as well. Lots happening this week, astrologically, in this last 13 days. So we're looking at mindsets, we're looking at how we think about ourselves. And as Mercury goes retrograde, we're going to be really working on rewiring, reverse engineering our thoughts, our beliefs, in order to change what we manifest in the world. So doing the inner work, as always, is the most important thing, because if you don't change your holograph on the inside. It cannot change on the outside. Your lessons will get more challenging. It's just how it works, because we're here to face our challenges at this time. It's all part of our new birthing process of embodiment of the sacred feminine. So I'm going to begin today with the overview of what's happening today. And today we're going in a big shift in Taurus Sun, where we're going into a big step around letting go of the old and coming into the new. So you know what your stuff is, you know what's been coming up for you, you know how you've been seeing the movie repeating in a way that is feeling challenging for you, bringing up all your childhood storylines over and over again. So remember, with this work, we are in red spectral moon. Today we're on day 7, so shaping our destiny, doing the healing. Often we have chosen to use addictions to escape how we feel and not deal with them in order to keep those feelings down. And this will not shift anything, it just keeps us stuck in the process. So learn EFT, have a look, emotional freedom technique, tapping if you haven't already, because this is the key to set you free from these old storylines. And yes, it does take a while, it's not a quick fix, but it is very dynamic compared to anything else that's out there at the moment that I know of. And so I'm recommending that to you. So just looking at the astrology today. So we've got this sun energy, and today we have got the moon waxing in Leo. So we're working up towards, sorry, can't get my words out, working up towards this lunar eclipse, which is going to be magnificent, coming up on the 16th of May. It's going to be huge. So let's have a look at the moon today. Remember, the moon is our mother's story, it's our emotional story, it's what we chose to come here for at this time. And I think we are at Leo at 14, so just let me check that. And just while I'm waiting to load that, I'm in a very laid back mode still from my holiday in Florida. We have got blue night. So again, this is the third mind sign, and it's what we're here to be, the conscious dreamer, to start creating consciously. And in order to do that, we have to raise our conscious awareness. So most of the time, we're not consciously aware of things until we start doing this work. And we're just on an automatic step system of recreating what has always been created. And this is why we're stuck on the planet in this old stuff. And this is, on some levels, deliberately designed by the people who are in power. So knowing this and doing this work is really important. We've got the Tower card here. And so it's time to make these changes around our dream. And number 16, so that relates to Yellow Warrior, which is day 9 on this day, on this 13-day cycle. Okay, so I'm having problems with this lunarium at the moment. Don't know why. But let's have a look. I'll just go with what's here on this different one, which is 14 degrees of Leo. So whenever we're going with waxing moon, it's an exciting time, especially in Taurus, because Taurus is the whole structure of what we create on planet Earth. And of course, it's very connected to Leo being a fixed sign. And 14 again creates the same number as White Wizard, the 14th mind sign, which is the 13-year cycle that we're in at the moment. Fields of jasmine flowers. To be surrounded by love is the heart's delight. To contact a grace bestowal of love and of light as your birthright is the greatest fanning of the human flame. When there is brightness and bounty as far as the eye can see, the inner self knows they are welcome to embody here. To inhabit this realm is to be in paradise, and it's to bear a seed from paradise, from the unfallen kingdoms into this world now. You hope and yearn to deposit that seed wherever it can flourish. This will tend to be where things are just beginning or alive with future fertilities. The seed honours the original impulse behind Earth's existence, and this Paean, I've not come across that word before, so I hope I've pronounced it correctly, of praises. This ode to joy remains solidly in there, ready to emerge when conditions are right, and there is nothing left to do except brighten into being. Love that, totally love that. So let's brighten into being. How do we do that? We release the shadow and we transform it into light. And the shadow story, we always know what the shadow story is, whether it's conscious or unconscious, because we get triggered in emotional situations. So this week, as I said, we're in for a big week. So I'm just going to look at what's happening Monday, tomorrow. So I'm making this on Sunday. And so Monday, the 9th of May, huge day, do a ritual. It's a really, really magical day tomorrow, and it's the day before Mercury goes retrograde. It's blue self-existing monkey. So how free are we? How transparent are we? Have we got the monkey off our back? Our addiction, that helps us survive, but there's no way that it can help us thrive. It's not designed to do that. It's not truth. It's codependency. So take action tomorrow and decide what you want to manifest in the next 6 months. This is going to be a really, really big time. So put that energy out there tomorrow around what you want to come back by Scorpio time, the time where we're going to a very thin veil where the ancestors can speak to us. And then on Tuesday, which is yellow overtone human, so the mastery day of our human being story, it's again a huge day for manifestation. We've got Virgo moon by then, so we're looking at this whole 260-day cycle. What are the details? Get into those little details that you've discovered over the last 9 months. Have a look at where your mind goes. How you talk to yourself, how you experience you talking to somebody else, how they talk to you. And in all of this, you can see what your beliefs are because the universe is playing it out for you, playing your role. So Mercury goes retrograde at 4 degrees of Gemini. Where is that in your chart? And this is going to go on until June the 3rd. And actually, in terms of, let me just check the dates around, by the time it goes right back there, and it's going to be clear and free of the shadow, is June the 18th, okay? So you're going to be going over a whole trip around who am I in terms of how do I think about myself, what is the structure of that, and this is really key for me because it's my stairway to heaven. It's at 4 degrees of Gemini. So look at when you were 4, for example. Look at what you learned about what was mirrored back to you at that time around your culture, the people in your circle, what people told you you were. And by the time we get to this place on June the 18th, we'll be in a very, very different space. So bear that in mind and set that intention. Jupiter goes into Aries then. So we've got this huge expansion of the hero and heroine story going on now, coming into play. And think back to 2010, what was happening for you then, and what big changes were happening around your journey. Where were you going? On a personal level, it was the first time I went to Glastonbury. Didn't move there till 2011, but the seeds were sown at that time when I went, and it was a huge shift for me. And just trust that we have a story already written. We've just got to jump through those gateways when they come up. And this week is a biggie. So tune in and look at everything that's coming up for you around making this shift, this expansion. So the next big shift is on Thursday, which is White Resonant Wizard. And again, we're in a 13-year cycle of the Moon Goddess. It's all our empowerment issues. And I love how this all clicks in together on a psychological stage as well, framework. Black Moon Lilith ends her journey in 2 degrees of Cancer. So again, you can look at this as your emotional development at that time around the terrible twos and how that was a huge shift for you. So looking back at psychology, if you look at child development, and remember Blue Monkey is completely linked to this, where we're learning how to emotionally grow up, because in many ways in our culture, this is not something that's expanded, that's focused on. This is very much a culture of being codependent in order to have an imbalance of power with people. So doing this process helps us become very in our sovereignty, because we're taking responsibility for ourselves and our emotional evolution. And so often, for example, if you get frustrated about something, remember Taurus, the shadow side of Taurus is often anger issues as well. Being very fixed, being very stubborn, not being able to accept other people as they are. Again, this is the childhood development stage at 2. And if you're a parent and you've had a child, so the terrible twos are the stage where the child is really starting to develop its own will and want to go places and want to do things, and cannot actually do that safely, often pitting their will against yours, or themselves just being really angry because they can't walk, or they can't take themselves out of a situation or put themselves in a situation where they want to be. And often this can carry on for people throughout their whole life, where they don't learn those skills around patience, where they don't learn how to behave in a mature way and accept that other people are different to them and they're going to have their own different experiences. And lots of people are at different stages. Some people never evolve beyond this stage of maturity. And again, we can see big power struggles going on, which of course is what Taurus and Scorpio is about as well. Survival issues, money, all of that stuff. So we'll be experiencing that in the next few days, and that will change on Thursday, because Black Moon Lilith is at 2 degrees of Cancer, which again is all around this energy, and can often create self-doubt, lack of confidence as well, and go right back to the root of when that was created. And you can do that with emotional freedom technique, even if you don't remember it consciously. It's all in there in your amygdala. So that's a big day. On Thursday, that energy will shift. On Friday is a super day of Taurus going to 22 degrees. So lots of 22s this year, and we have blue galactic eagle. So we'll be integrating what we did in the previous week, Wavespell even. Scorpio moon is a really exciting day, and the sun crosses this north node experience. The sun in Taurus, the north node in Taurus, 22 gateway day, Mary Magdalene code, master builder code. So have a look at what you experienced in the last 13-day process and really tune into that. Who am I as a planetary server? And I offer you first and foremost, blue eagles, planet is Jupiter. It's expanding into our full potentiality through healing. And that way we do get to experience a different life, and we leave these childhood patterns of trauma behind. So it could be over this week, you're going to remember things, you're going to get insights about things, you're going to see things happening in your holograph that will put you in touch with that. So it may be challenging in some way, but we are in a really magical last few days of this cycle, so take advantage of that. Now, going back to Monday, Uranus is at 18 degrees of Taurus then as well, when we have the sun in Taurus. And this is going to last until July the 7th. So for 97 days, this is unprecedented stuff, but I don't know what to say about it really. So this is why it's so important to get that goal out there, because it's going to last for all this time. And so everything we've been working towards with the North Node in Gemini over the last 18 months really is going to start to bear fruit now. It's time to really change the narrative of the old story and decide what you deserve in this life and what you're going to go for. Despite everything that's gone on the planet, this is the key now to really focus. So just looking at my notes around this. So with this Mercury retrograde, really focus on the mindsets, what you think about yourself, what your language is, what you communicate to yourself, and how you're putting that out to the world. The second half of this week is going to be about focusing on the future and committing to do what it takes. So you're going to commit to whatever it's going to be, manifest by Scorpio moon. Full moon, sorry, new moon, full moon in Taurus in that Scorpio time. So with Mars being in Pisces, this is a spiritual warrior. And again, the gateway day is day number 9. So we're on day 3 today. So in 6 days, we've got yellow solar warrior, which is the heart path, is the human being that's doing the heart path, looking at the Saturnian patterns. Remember, yellow warrior is twinned with blue knight. Planet is Saturn. And so we're looking at what structures we need to bring light to around our Saturnian journeys at 30, at 60, at 90, if we're still around. And just taking that different view about who we are, who we want to be, and what we're going to be doing next. So by the time we get to the new moon in Gemini at the end of May, we are going to be going through a gateway there, number 9 degree at the end of May. And so we will be into the new spin cycle then. have I got anything else to say about this at the moment? By the time we get to Saturday, so a week, so let's just see. So today we're on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be Yellow Warrior Day. Mars is sextiling the North Node in Taurus. And again, this is the warrior. This is taking action, spiritual warrior around what we want to create. Really focus on that and doing something on Saturday, because you're going to be changing into the new storyline by then. So set your intention, make your action plan, do it this week. And remember, if you want to join me with a bigger picture conscious awareness for the next spin story in May, then do get in touch with me now, because if I don't have your code, if I haven't worked with you before, I need to do that for you. If you want a clarity session this week about how this can help you, about how to transform these old storylines, then there's a link below where you can do that and schedule a Zoom session with me. Okay, so lots of love with your journey this week. Go for the highest version of you and decide that you deserve the most loving, amazing, beautiful life this lifetime. The planet needs this commitment for you to change yourself and change the whole energy and holograph on planet Earth. And we can do it. Lots of love. Bye for now.